Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Priya Jain. In your CA final preparation stages, you might encounter this question on which subject you choose as your CA final optional subject, and you might have asked your seniors about which subject you should take as a optional subject, or which subject they would suggest you to take as your optional subject. And these things I also have gone through, so I understand the basic idea behind asking all these questions and getting a knowledge and getting a kind of clarity on whether your optional subject is correct or not, because it plays a very important role in your group 2 scores, because it can help you to increase your group 2 score, where the other kind of difficult subjects are available, like the SCMP or the DT. So it become very important to really choose a very good optional, or kind of very optional subject which is actually right for you. So in this video I'll be talking about how I had choose my optional subject and what was my strategy in studying my optional subject, which was economic law. So before choosing economic law, what I had considered as, I had basically saw few materials or few study material of all the optional subjects, and getting a thought on what the kind of concepts are there in each of the optional subject. And two subject which I really gave much thought on was international taxation and economic law, of course. On the international taxation, I had that in my mind, that because since it will be just in before my DT subject, so it can help me get better preparation for my DT subject. But after few days of reading that subject or studying that subject, I got to know that no, I should have one subject which actually I really like, or which, because since it's a choice by the institute, so we have to choose one subject which we really like or which we are very good at. So therefore, since I feel that I am very good at law subject, so that's why I choose economic law, because I had that thought in my mind that I'm really good at reading the law. I'm really good at studying the law, not the hardcore practical questions of the law which I can be able to do in the international taxation. But economic law can be a good choice for me basis all these things. After this, since I had selected economic law as my optional subject, I had also asked few of the seniors on how the paper comes, or is it manageable, or kind of stuff. I had studied the first time economic law in my 3 months revision only. I had studied the whole book of the module, but before that, what I did was I actually had the past year paper in my hands, and I read the questions, and then I jumped into the chapter. So that helped me a lot somewhere, because that kind of that gave me a feeling of the unseen passage, because I was reading the questions and then I was jumping into the chapter. So that gives me an approach on how to study the chapter from the perspective of an open book exam. So that thing I need to mention specifically, and you guys can note it down and use it, because it will help you to make your approach on how to read the open book subject, because of course the book will be available to you and you can find the answer, but the approach should be right. After that, regarding the case study digest, also one important thing which I need to mention is, whenever you are studying a case study digest whenever you are studying a case study, after solving the case study, you try to map the concept with the book. I mean, let's say first question is related to FEMA's few concept, like the person resident in India. So mark the page number of that concept in your case study and mark the case study number in your module. So that will help you in connecting the dots when you will be in your exam too. Sometimes what happens is, in your exam, the question is quite similar to the case study, but there are few more concepts which are related to that case study, but that is not mentioned in your case study digest. So when you do mapping of the page number of your book, then you can quickly just go to that page number and you can quickly relate to that concept and can find your answers. So that helped me a lot. And one important thing which I really need to mention is, one is case study index and one is module index. There are two kind of index you should have. case study index, you will what you will have is, you can, for the economic law paper, you can get the case study index from the Telegram groups. It is available there. And for the module index, it is prepared by different faculties, and you can use them for whichever faculty you really like. And for the module index, one important thing is, just mention the number of days or the form numbers which are related to that concept in the index only, so that in case question comes, you don't need to go to that page number again and again and then find the answer. You can just search it in your index only and just mark the MCQs, because generally these kind of questions comes in your MCQ, so it can save your time, and you can then invest that time in your full descriptive question. So that one important tip which I really want to give on the economic law. Apart from this, all over a lot of material which I already discussed in my previous video, which I have, the material with which I actually went in my exam room was case study digest, the whole case study digest, the institute module, the case study index, the index of the module, plus the past attempt MTPs and the past attempt papers. All were there with me, and there were few kind of notes which I had for the form numbers, which I prepared for the corporate law subject, which I had also taken with me for the economic law subject as well. So all this was my strategy for the economic law paper. And yeah, this is it for this video, and I will also upload few videos on other subject strategy. And if you really guys like this video or it helped you a lot, then please give it thumbs up and subscribe the channel.